friendlies over there, so it might not be as bad. You can also see as well the optics on the mouse are absolutely horrible. There's no improvement magnification using the optics compared to the normal sights, pretty much. Good stuff. What's better than one mouse? 3 mouses. These are going to be so hot. There's another one as well, and another one. What was that guy doing? I wonder if I can go make a cup of tea and come back and I still won't be over the top of that hill. Okay, the tourist jump now. They still haven't killed me. There's 3 of them on me. What the hell? There we go. Oh dear.
Don't do it.
You just need to sit there.
I'm a virgin.
Thank you very much to you, Naughty Boy. You have been a great sport. Hello people there, this is TheRubyRevolution. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to War Thunder. Today we're looking at the mighty, or not so mighty really in this case, mouse. This is a German heavy tank with a 7.7 battle rating in War Thunder. Now the design and the development for the mouse is quite an interesting and just absolute bizarre one, I think, to be honest. Ferdinand Porsche proposed the new super heavy tank to Adolf Hitler in 1942 and he approved these plans. Originally the tank was going to be called the Mammoth, and then it got changed to the Little Mouse, and then just to the Mouse. It's going to be armed with a 12.8 centimeter L55 gun, as well as a 75mm Quaxel gun, and several MG42s for defense against infantry. As you can imagine, this tank is extremely well armored, extremely well gunned as well, but also extremely slow, being able to only achieve about 12 miles per hour on a road, so very, very slow. But it's basically designed kind of in a similar vein to the T95 and the Tortoise to be like a breakthrough tank, being able to absorb all the hits which are basically going to be coming up against and dishing out damage, and being able to knock out any allied armour that will be able to come up against at the time. They managed to produce 2 prototypes of the mouse. The first one was basically just the hull of a mock-up turret and no actual gun. The second one was a slightly modified, it had a bit more powerful engine, and that one actually a completed turret as well as the gun being fitted. As the Russians rolled into Germany, they basically had to abandon the project, and the Germans sabotaged the 2 prototypes that they had built. The Russians managed to bastardize the 2 prototypes together, the turret off one onto the hull of the other, to be able to produce one complete vehicle, which they then shipped off to Russia for testing. And now it's sitting in the Kabrinansky Museum, which is in Moscow, so you can actually go check this out for yourself if you want to go to Russia. But there we go. Very interesting tank indeed. As you can imagine, really, just not the most practical of vehicles, absolutely at all. Anyway, how does the mouse perform in War Thunder? It's an interesting tank, really, to be honest. It's one of those tanks which are just not great, but you'd love playing anyway because of what it is. This tank is so well armoured, but it's not actually armoured enough, really, when you look at it. When you look at it initially, you're like, oh my god, it has 200mm armour, it has sloped armour, it has 220 on the turret, it's got 200 on the sides, 180 and 100 on the sides, and even on the back it's 150 and 200 on the turret. You look at these numbers and you're like, oh my god, this thing is just going to be able to tank everything. However, the problem with the mouse is that because of what battle rating it sits at, it's coming up against Heat FS all the time, and Heat FS just goes through this armour like butter. Coupled with the fact that this vehicle is so slow, so goddamn slow. It'll do 20 kilometers an hour, and that's in perfect conditions, really. So normally it's about half of that. It's only about 10 to 15 if you're lucky. It's a very, very slow, massive vehicle, massive target. The one plus with the mouse really is that it has 2 guns on it. It has a 128 centimeter gun as well as the 75mm gun as well. Now the 128 fires a really nice penning shell, 267mm of penetration, really good explosive mass as well, so it does do a lot of damage if this hits normally, but it does have quite a lengthy reload of 21.8 seconds. And the 75mm gun, I normally use heat on it with a 100mm heat shell, so it's really good against lightly armored targets, and that you can kind of fire against those rather than having to fire the main gun. You can also use the secondary to kind of fool the enemy to fire you fired the main gun as well sometimes, so it is very nice indeed that it is armed with 2 guns. The other main advantage of the mouse is the amount of crew it's got. It's got 6 crew members, and they're really quite spaced out as well. You can see the drivers here in the front, so it's really quite difficult to kill in practice. It's as long as conventional rounds are firing at you, the mouse can absorb so many hits from like any angle, from the side, from the front, from the rear. It's very, very tough to kill. The problem is if it gets up tiered or on a map which is very, very large, say like Kursk, where the mouse is just so slow to be able to get into anywhere, which is going to be very useful for it and use it to its best advantage. It's very much a situational tank. If you get something like Berlin or Battle for the Rhine, it's a really, really good tank then, because the map is a lot smaller. But on maps say like Kursk, like I said, it is just one of those tanks which you're just not going to be able to use effectively. Anyway, I'm going to be taking this out in realistic battle today. I pray to God I get some good maps for this and not something like Kursk. Otherwise I'm going to cry. It's going to be an interesting day today trying to make the mouse work. Let's get going. So naturally it gives me Vietnam, everyone's favourite newest map. This is not the map for the mouse really, but we're just going to have to make it work the best we can. You can already see here, like I'm going so slow, it's going to take me forever to get into the battle. But into the battle it will get. The mouse is one of those tanks where if it's top tier and it's facing like the right enemies, it can absorb everything which is fired at it. But if it comes up against, say, the British firing their heat, or the Americans firing the early heat fin stabilized, it really does then struggle. Against, say, the Russians firing their big, derpy 122mm, this thing just laughs at them. It laughs at them and it knocks them for 6. Something I see there. Yeah, it is. Looks like a Vickers. Shouldn't cause too much of a problem. Kind of worried about being attacked from the right a little bit. Although we do have some friendlies over there, so it might not be as bad. You can also see as well the optics on the mouse are absolutely horrible. There's no improvement magnification using the optics compared to the normal sights pretty much. Good stuff. One shot. And that's exactly why the mouse sucks. Because it doesn't matter that it has a ridiculous amount of armor. It still gets a one shot. All the time. And it gets penned all the time. And now we're on the best possible map for the mouse. We're on Kursk. Which is bad enough in a very fast tank, let alone in one of the slowest vehicles in the game, when you're bottom tier as well, because Rubles is always bottom tier on Kursk. This is going to be so horrible. I wonder if I can go make a cup of tea and come back and I still won't be over the top of that hill. I will be back in a minute.
6.5 hours later.
Oh, perfect timing. Like that there. Oh. Well, we're not dead yet, so that's a big plus. And I now have a cup of tea, which is even better. And we're now finally sort of in the battle location. You know, somebody's firing at me from over here. Oh god, there's an ATGM coming. I want to dip down into the cover, really. Where's the enemy in B? Oh, he's there. Oh well, but this is not going to happen now, is it? I'm dead. Yay! We had so much fun. But at least I got a cup of tea, so worth it. The mouse really is an absolutely terrible vehicle. But the problem with it is, if you lower its battle rating to say 7.3, 7.0, it's just gonna be unkillable by so many things. But at the battle rating it's at, it's just not viable because the armour isn't strong enough. It's one of those weird, strange tanks which don't really fit anywhere. If it goes any lower, it's going to be unkillable, but at 7.7, it's too easily killed. It could probably maybe be 7.3. Maybe, especially now that they've dropped the Tigers down to 6.7, so maybe this thing could be lowered. It would make it bit more viable, because in its current state, it's a very bad machine, but it's a fun machine nonetheless. I always love taking the mouse out on streams, even though it's an absolutely terrible vehicle. Okay, we are now in a oh, hello. Good position overlooking the sea point. There is an enemy over here. And we've had our first bounce of this game. Looked like a T-55. We're gonna struggle to kill him. The optics on the mouse are so bad. There you are. There you are. Fortunately, he's a lot quicker than I am, so we know he's over here. He's gonna try and push me. There he is. Oh, come on, turret. Please turn. Please turn, turret. Good hit, but is it going to be good enough this turn? He's going to be able to fire at me here. Need to turn the turret slightly. What if we can pin him with this shell? Nope, and now he's knocked out one of my crew. Oh my god, this vehicle. This vehicle. Put out the fire. Now what the hell was firing at me? The big plus with the mouse is it does have two guns. The 75mm does come in very, very useful. Where is he? Oh, here you are. Yay, no hit. Come on. Where's this guy going? You're not gonna pen me. You're not gonna pen me like that. Oh, what the hell's going on here? What was that guy doing? What was that guy doing? Oh my days. That is not how to take a mouse on. And that's why the mouse can be fun to play sometimes for these types of games where it cannot be killed. There's an enemy ahead. I want to get into C to get a crew member back up because it's taking me so long to reload the gun at the moment. Oh, there's an enemy. He's over in front of me somewhere. Where are you? Oh, great. And I can't get the gun round enough to be able to fire at him. Pull it back. There's a guy ahead of me as well. Is he friendly? Let's ping where he is. I wonder if I could bounce his shell actually. Ooh. The gun on the mouse is very, very nice if it pens. Oh god, there's another one. Let's just sit and wait. Let's not be too hasty. He doesn't see me. He doesn't see me. Why have you got to do this to me? I should have just fired. No. And now it's going to take another 5 minutes to get back to the sea point. However, we can reminisce over a cup of tea with the mouse over the last couple of minutes. So I don't know what that T-54 was doing. Very, very strange. The best way to kill the mouse is getting the flat side of the hull. He should have been able to pen me, really. I couldn't fire the main gun. I don't know what he was doing. But the biggest nemesis, really, is the Object 120 kind of style tanks, or tanks with the fin stabilized. So easy to kill the mouse then. But the stuff like the T-54 or the IS-3 or IS-4s really, really struggle against this tank. And that's when they start, all the memes start coming out with this thing. That's when it starts getting fun. This game is an absolute lost cause. Oh, hello, friend. Yeah, that's it. You pull back. You fear me. Nothing can kill me. I'm the unkillable mouse. He's gonna go around to the left. I know it. Nearly back up. Oh dear. What, I've only lost... I've lost the guns. Oh god, it's happening again. No! Oh, he knows. He knows I can't kill him. A fate which seems to happen all the time to the mouse. I can fire the secondary gun. Come on, pen. I'm dead now. Or not? Come on, Heat. Work with me. Yeah. It was gonna happen. Oh my god, we have got advanced to the right. This is gonna be such an amazing matchup for the mighty mouse. This is the type of map, much like Normandy, where it's such a great vehicle. The only problem we're going to have this game really is going to be the French, I feel. Firing their extremely high pen solid shot shells. Enemies capping A. Let's rush to the point at our top speed of 20 kilometers an hour. No idea what it's going to be. Get out the way, Centuro. Oh, never mind. He's killed him. What the hell hit me there? We're in another good spot here. Let's... Ah. You sneaky heavy tank. This is why the mouse excels as city mouse, because it's armoured all the way around. Enemy in front. Oh, I'm gonna wait for the main gun here. Never mind, he's dead. The heat on the secondary 75mm is very nice, but it does only have 100mm of pen. It's very good against like lightly armor stuff, say like Object 120s or RU-251s. Anything which is lightly armored, basically. Let's trundle on to the point. There is a heavy tank over this way. Hello, friend. Taking out the gun, good. He's pinged on the map. Ooh, enemies behind me just died. Oh, there's another heavy tank down here. That's an Object 120. I wonder if we can bait him. Yep, we can bait him. I-6 is down here still. Let's trundle into the point. Is there anybody else to my right? I don't think so. The I-6 is no way in hell going to pen me from the front. Hey, buddy. But he can take out my gun. Let's just move into the point slightly. Nothing I can really do here. I can fire the gun, but I can't fire the gun. Come on, come on. 8 seconds. Good, got him. This is where the mouse really comes into its own. I wonder if that AMX died or not. I'm not going to push down with these guys. We're just going to defend the point now. I'm not going to sit here, though. Aha, hello. Somebody else down here as well. Don't know what it is, but it's Russian. Whatever it is, it's not penning me. Let's push him. Yeah, aim expertise now down. Oh, it was a BMP. Okay, he could have been me. The guy down there's just died. Oh, guy here, guy here. I thought he was still here. Come on, back up, back up, back up. I've got to pen him through here. Oh, we've set a fire. We should have him now. Need to make sure we come around the corner correctly. Just so he can't pen me. Wait for the gun to reload as well. Absolutely no chance. There's a guy just here, which I can see, but I can't kill. What if I can hit him through here? Oh, he's moved. Oh, hello, friend. Come on, do it. Oh, I'm gonna die. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. No. Oh. We won. Just as I died. What a great game to finish off on today. The mouse. It's such an amazing tank when all the variables line up correctly and you have a really, really good game in it. It's just a shame that the 9 out of the other 10 are just terrible games in it. But it is a really fun tank to play nonetheless. It's just such a meme machine where you just get the right matchup where it will just literally bounce everything which is fired at it. But for the most part, it gets penned. It gets killed really easily. It's not quick enough. It's got terrible optics. The turret traverse is extremely slow. And it's such a huge target. And because it's such a big threat, really, loads of people just fire at it with the heat and the fin stabilizer, stuff like that, to take it out, because it is quite a big threat. If it's allowed to run rampant, like we did on that last game, that was just a fun to stomp. Absolutely was. Absolutely crushed the enemies underneath the mouse's tracks in that one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video looking at the mighty mouse. Let me know in the comments below what do you think of this absolutely stupid tank. Please like, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one sometime soon. Bye!